Manhattan are at a record low as rents reach an all-time high.
Joining us now with the latest is Jason Haber from Compass Realty and co-founder of the American Real Estate Association. Jason, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
It's great to see you again. I have to ask, is it St. Patrick's Day or is it Groundhog's Day? Because here we go again and again, right?
I know. We're back at it again, and it kind of comes down to this root issue of the fact that the home inventory is dwindling here in New York City. So talk about where we're at right now.
Yes. So 24 consecutive months of diminishing supply on the market. Do you know how hard it is to lose for 24 consecutive months? Unless you're a Jet fan, this is very hard to fathom. Here we are in New York, where supply is tighter than ever and rents are higher than ever. And we're in the depths of winter when this report looks at. So just consider that. In the depths of winter, we always say that's the time you want to be renting is when the better deals are out there.
Yeah.
So this is really just the canary in the coal mine. Just wait till the summer comes, rents will be even higher. So something has to be done because we're going down the wrong path here very quickly.
Yeah, we've seen that the past couple of years as these rents just are increasing. But let's get to the heart of the problem. Why is the supply dwindling? Why has it gotten historically low? What are the reasons behind that?
Yeah, so this is a government-made crisis. As I travel the country on my affordability tour, I talk to elected officials, policymakers, and ordinary Americans about how to solve for affordability. And what they're doing in places where it's working are driving rents down. And here in New York, the combination of HSTPA in Albany, the FAIR Act at the City Council, 485X, which has limited the number of projects that are now building just 99 units. There are something like 23 projects that only build 99 units when they could have built several hundred units. The laws are written in a way to constrain supply. That needs to change. And what's happened now is all of these policies have come due, and we have a supply crisis. Vacancy rate is well under 2%. We don't have enough housing. We need to build and build quickly here in New York City.
Is building really going to make a dent in this?
Well, yeah. Well, if we built more in this city, we'd have more supply. It's just like eighth grade economics, supply and demand. And we've seen this work. It worked in New Rochelle when they increased supply, rents went down. It worked in Austin, Texas when they increased supply, rents went down. We know it works. Sometimes when it comes to municipal government, we talk about needing creative thinking to solve problems. Guess what? We don't need any creative thinking here because the blueprint is set. We know the roadmap. It's just a matter of doing it at this point.
But Jason, we're talking New Rochelle, we're talking Austin, Texas. This is Manhattan. Can you really build more in the city of Manhattan?
Well, absolutely. Through rezonings, if you build up here, obviously we don't have the land to go out like they do in other parts of the country. But sure, in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, we can go up, we can go vertical, we can go bigger. We can do things like reducing parking mandates. We've done things like reducing the amount of stairwells that you need in a building. There are some rezonings you could do. There are so many ways to attack the problem. We just have to do it. But if we keep supply down, if we focus on the things that don't raise supply, the rents will just keep going higher and higher. The vacancy rate is just too low right now.
And Jason, you didn't even touch on the fact that there's thousands of apartments sitting empty because no one wants to rent them out because they are under market value, and to put money back into them to get on the market, they'll never get the money for if they're rent stabilized. That's a whole other issue.
Whole issue. Over 50,000 rent stabilized units. There are plans out there. I put forth the plan using Section 8 vouchers to allow landlords to accept them so we can get these units unlocked. That would make a huge difference. But because of HSTPA, we have perverted incentives, and we have a structure right now that simply doesn't work. And those units sit empty. The way the laws are written, it makes more sense for landlords to keep those units empty than to renovate and put them on the market. That incentive structure needs to change, which is why HSTPA desperately needs to be reformed.
Yeah, it is a grim outlook. All right, Jason, thanks so much.
You got it, absolutely.
All right, winter weather is slamming the Midwest. It's being called the worst blizzard